Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something. That's our idea here, is that we study topics at the Cyber Church of Christ. But if you have a topic that you want to learn about or study or have a question of, always contact us. We'd love to study that with you. Today we're going to look at basically the hereafter. The title of the topic today is Our Place in Heaven. Because I know where our place is here. It's every human's on planet Earth, or an earthly being. And then what happens in the hereafter? Let's look at that. It's always an interesting topic and then there's people that think that there's already people in heaven, that type of thing. But I want to look at the abode that just kind of a general idea what it's like after we leave our human body. Question here, a couple questions. Do we that will be saved after judgment? There's already knowledge there. You don't get saved till after judgment. Have a habitat designated in heaven. Also, can we select our abode or tell God where in heaven we want to forever live? Do I get to pick my spot? I know when I go with the realty person, they would say, what are you looking for? And it would take me to different places, and then I would kind of choose. Okay, does that happen in heaven? Okay, good question. Now let's look at our answer and improve our answers. That's what we usually do here, Cyber Church of Christ. And we love Bible. The Bible is written for your spirit. Just remember that. Heaven is not earth. There's no such thing as real estate in heaven. Oh. Well, I was just talking about me picking out, I look at all the abodes and then I go, I want to live in that one. Okay, well, you're talking about earthly stuff. That's not how it works. Okay. Actually, you can't even imagine how good your place in heaven is going to be, much less say I want to live here or there. We're going to prove that. All right, so no, we're not doing, there's no real estate there. There's no such thing. There's not a planet Earth that's limited, any of that. Your spirit does not die. So isn't that the question here? Spirit doesn't die, so it has to live somewhere. Okay, well, the angels are spirits, yeah, and they live in heaven. And then there were fallen angels that don't live in heaven, but all of them are alive. So the spirit in you will stay alive even after your human body's broken down and dies here on planet Earth. Your human body's going to stay here on planet Earth. Your spirit's not going to stay on planet Earth. That's what we're talking about today. Spirit doesn't die. It's got to live somewhere. Okay, obviously, it's living in your human body now. Yeah, because I'm talking to you. So I know you got a spirit living in you. When your spirit leaves your earthly body, your spirit will be in a celestial body that cannot be defined in human terms. Okay, well, I'll have to look at that. I don't know. I was thinking grandma and grandpa both in heaven together and all. Yeah, you'll find out that that's not in the Bible. That's not what the Bible says. And today we're going to look at that. So when your spirit leaves the human body, what happens? It goes into a different body. Okay. Cannot be defined in human terms. What does that celestial body look like? Well, I just said it can't be defined. It's impossible for you to conceive because you have a human brain. But what it can say is, hey, you can't even think of how good it is. That's how good it is. Okay. So this lesson describes how and where your spirit will live permanently. So I know where your spirit is now. It's in your human body. And guess what else I know? It's temporary. What is? The human body. You've aged. It's ashes, ashes, dust, dust. Oh, it's the spirit that's living on permanently. The Bible is written to your spirit, not to your human body. It'll say, hey, here's how your spirit ought to govern your human body. You ought to do this, not do that, and then have your body not sin. Yeah, all that's true. But the Bible is written directly to your spirit. All right, let's look at we're going to get into some topics here. Let's look at some scriptures. Let's start off with our Father judged our high priest. So our high priest is Jesus. Well, he wasn't while he was here on planet Earth. What happened is he got that assignment, if you want to call it a title. It's actually an assignment. He's my high priest right now. Oh, and so our Father judged our high priest. It was a human, got judged as his spirit, then went back to heaven, was judged, and then the Father judged him and says, "Hey, you're going to sit right here." And he designated a place. He said, "I'm going to make you a high priest, and you're going to rule from here." You mean kind of like a throne? Well, yeah, it's like a throne. You sit here, and then also he's going to make him a judge. All right, let's look at this Matthew 22:44. Because that's some short verse, has interesting stuff in there. The Lord said unto my Lord. Okay, let's stop right there. We have a lesson on Lord and Lord. Why is that all caps? And then this one mixed case. And then because I looked at Ephesians 4, if you look at Ephesians 4:4 to 4:6, you'll see there's only one Lord. Well, I got a verse here that says there's two Lords. Well, actually, when you look at Acts 2:36, you'll find out that is only one title, Lord. The title was handed down from our Father to our high priest. And so that's why this suddenly makes sense, this verse. The Lord, which was our Father, said unto my Lord, who's your Lord? My Lord's my high priest, was Jesus, the one who lived here on planet Earth, set the example for me. Oh, so the Father said to the Son, yeah, what did he say? Sit thou on my right hand. Okay, well, he's got a place then. Yeah. So when a spirit gets judged, after the judge, they actually have a designated place. Yes. And we got an example right here. Yeah, they're going to be a designated place. Sit thou on my right hand. Okay, well, there's his place. Okay, for how long now? Till I make thine enemies thy footstool. And you can see I got several references there, all the way from Psalm into Hebrew. Hebrews will have a lot about this. But you'll see that the Lord said to my Lord, sit down on my right hand. All right, so I got an example. You're already talking about a place in heaven. That's today's topic. I know Jesus' place in heaven. It's on the right hand of our Father. Now, the Father has a hand like a human hand? No. But he's telling us in human terms what it's like. In other words, it would be like we would think of partners or something. Yeah. So he's sitting on thy right hand. And then if you study the whole Bible, you know the whole Bible is about Jesus, don't you? And then you would see how he got there, why he's sitting there. Everything's going to happen from that throne. But you need to learn this basic first, is that Jesus has his spot in heaven, and he's ruling mankind today as our high priest. And there are some that he doesn't know. It's not like, all the spirits on planet Earth are from our Father. But there are spirits that are not known of God. That's a whole separate topic, because they have not got into what's called the kingdom. All right. And so those are more topics. And we have lessons on that also. Anyway, I wanted to first point out, here's Jesus' spot. All right, so now I want to find out, where is my spot? You told me there's no real estate there. Well, I'm interested. Where is my spirit going to be? Okay. All right, let's look at these verses here. We will be like him, living in an incorruptible body. Okay, so Jesus was judged, took on the title of Lord. He then has the assignment of high priest, and he's ruling from there. That's correct. Okay, well, what do you mean? You have right here in quotes, like him. Well, like him, and you're an incorruptible body. Okay, so you're talking about, I'm going to be leaving this, like I can look in the mirror and tell you I've aged. So you're telling me I'm not going, do like I did here on planet Earth, be born and grow and get older and older and older, and then someday die. Well, that human body died. The spirit that went in you doesn't die. The spirit continues to move on. Okay, well, then where's it going? Well, that's what we're going to look at now. Going into an incorruptible body. Oh, you're talking about one that can't die. Yeah, you're in a body now that dies. Well, we're in the hereafter, you're going to be in a body that doesn't die. Okay, well, where is that verse? Well, let's look at it. 1 John 3, verse 2. And most of 1 John is written to those already in the kingdom. That's a kind of a side note. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. All right, so that first of all, I'd want to go look at that topic, sons of God, and say, hey, am I a son of God? What is that talking about? So there's that topic. And it doth not yet appear what we shall be. And there's a colon there, and I'm going to have to stop at the colon. What do you mean? Well, we're sons of God, but it doesn't look like where we're going to be. Okay, when I go to the mirror, that's not what I'm going to look like in heaven. Correct. No, there's no human. There's no human. You know what? The earth was prepared for a human to live in. You need what? Water and air, I'm thinking. Yeah, we're not doing air and oxygen and all that in the hereafter. You're going to be in an incorruptible body. You're breathing air and air on planet Earth is corruptible because it's going to eventually die. Every human knows that. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. It doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Wow, how many pronouns? You know, we're pronoun heavy, don't you? The Bible had a lot of pronouns. So when you're studying Bible with us, we'll go, hey, what's the noun for that pronoun? The sons of God, we, he, we, him, he. Okay, so you're talking about a verse full of pronouns. Yeah, you're going to find that all through the Bible. And what you want to do is get your Bible teacher out and say, hey, can you explain all these pronouns? And then you would study those and find out what the nouns are. Well, the we is the sons of God, as we see here. And then the he is Jesus. So we already had the verse that says, hey, you know what? Jesus's human body disintegrated upon exit to the planet after he had walked around on the planet after he had already died once. He was raised from the dead. Now there's no Jesus's body on planet Earth other than Satan trying to make one. But what we have here is it says, hey, you're going to be like him. For we shall see him as he is. When am I going to see him as he is? Why don't you study with us? At the judgment day, you'll see him. Oh, and you know what he's going to be? Your judge. And so you will be this here, the beloved. Oh, by the way, that's a pronoun. The beloved are those that are in the kingdom, because it says here the sons of God, and that's how you got those in the kingdom. So you need to study that. But we'll have what we shall be, and we're going to be like Jesus. We're going to be in a celestial body like Jesus. Well, to me, it's pretty exciting. Oh, he's sitting on the side of our Father in an incorruptible body. And then I will go read 1 John 3:2 and go, oh, yeah, you'll be like him. Wow. I mean, that's fantastic. All right, well, let's go to 1 Corinthians 15:52 and 53. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, you'll see this twinkling. This is the only time it appears in the Bible. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, and that trump is a trumpet. If you study Revelation, you'll find out at the end that there's angels blow trumpets, and each trumpet is a stage of the hereafter. Real interesting topics. At the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound. So it hasn't yet. Well, all this is after planet Earth ends. So no, the Earth is here. Trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. Okay, so when I die here, my spirit leaves the planet, I'm going straight to heaven. No, No, you're going to be going somewhere that's going to wait for your judgment. And at that time, you're just called the dead. Okay. And so you know what's going to happen to you? You're going to get raised. And when we raise you from the dead, no human body, no, none of this breaking down, my eyesight going, heart not doing good, none of that. You're experiencing that on planet Earth. Because why? Well, because in the garden, the tree of life was not bitten with the fruit from the knowledge of good and evil made man then all of a sudden a corruptible human being that's going to die in the end, and that spirit will leave the body. Okay. And we shall be changed. I've got that highlighted. Why? Because today's topic. What was today's topic? Our place in heaven. All right. So I'm going to be changed into something I can live in heaven with. Yeah. Well, I like that. So you talking about incorruptible. So I'm gonna actually be in a body just like Christ, and it's no gender. I found that out. Oh, there's no gender? No, there's no gender in heaven. Father is no gender, son, no gender, angels, no gender. So you need to get that into your head first. No, Uncle George and Aunt Martha are not in heaven as husband and wife. No, there's no gender there. We shall be changed. You won't have a gender, a body that's going to age. What makes you say that? Because my root says incorruptible. If it's not even going to age. And I'm going to do what now? You're going to be like him. Your body, whatever spiritual body you're going to be, it's going to be like Jesus's body. Wow. And so it's going to be changed. Yes. From corruptible to incorruptible. All right, let's look at verse 53. For this corruptible, you talking about what you just explained, the human body? Yeah. Must put on incorruption. Okay, well, how's my body going to be incorruptible? You're not. Your spirit's going to be going into a body that's not corruptible. That's what you're going to be putting on. And this mortal must put on immortality. What do you mean this mortal? I just explained it. Mortal means what? Mean I'm going to die someday. Well, that's not a real pleasant thought. Well, why not? You should be glad that you're going to heaven. Well, at least your face should tell you that. Of course, you're not automatically getting in. You're actually doing the things that get you into heaven. Well, yeah, because I want to do this sons of God thing here while I'm on planet Earth. Okay, I'm going to be changed, and I'm going to be changed from what? Corruptible to incorruptible. And I'm going to change from something that does die to something that doesn't die. All right, well, that's good to know. Well, that's why when I look in the mirror, I can still think I'm 21, or I don't seem like I never age. Yeah, your spirit doesn't age. You can feel as young as you want or whatever. Well, that's where the spirit's talking. The human body in the mirror will tell you what? You're mortal. Yeah. But you're going to be doing something. What? You're going to be changed into immortality. What a marvelous thing that is. So I'm going to have these cancers and all these other things. No, it's immortal. The cancers and all that, and what happens to man, that's all mortal. All right, let's look at this now as far as place in heaven. Now, here's what happens. We got the apostles' mother and, James and John, the sons of Zebedee. Apostles' mother asked for her sons to have a special place in heaven. Now, there's also a verse in Mark 10:37 where you'll see the two sons asked, where's my spot in heaven? All right. This right here, Matthew 20:21 through 23, we're going to look at here in detail. And he said unto her, okay, you just started off with two pronouns. You're right, but you'd be studying and find out that he is Jesus talking while he's alive on planet Earth in a human body. And her, if we're going to find out, is a mom that loves her sons. Okay. And now Jesus is asking her, what is it you want? What wilt thou? Okay, so since she's talking to the ultimate judge and talking about getting into heaven, here's what she's going to say. And just like a mother, this is what I would expect. She saith unto him, and of course, we've already established the him as Jesus, grant, okay, well, let's, grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom. Okay, so you learned about the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. And that people will be judged, spirits will be judged, actually. And then some of those spirits will be going into heaven, and then they'll have a place in heaven to live. That's right. So here's what I want. I want my two sons sitting right next to you. On the right hand, one, I mean, either one, but one of them on the right hand and the other one on the left. Huh. Okay, well, that's interesting. I thought up here you said that the Bible said something about on my right hand. So to Jesus's left is what? Our Father. That's where he's sitting. So you're actually asking one of your sons to be on the Father's on his left. What are you talking about? You're asking what is the set where God's sitting? That's that doesn't even make sense. We already established that Jesus is going to be sitting on the right hand of the Father, and there you're going, hey, let one of my sons sit there. Well, it's just a question with lack of knowledge. She means well, same as today in the earth. People that mean well, when they say mom's already gone to heaven, they mean well. That's not true, but if they mean well. All right. So this would be a mother's love. And of course, she already knows Jesus is going to be the judge. How do I know that? Because of the word grant. Oh, yeah. How are you going to grant someone a place or grant to get in or all that unless you're the judge? So she already knows he's the judge. But since you're the judge, I want my two sons to get in. Well, you didn't even ask about yourself. I like that. Okay. So you didn't even ask for where you're going to sit. You were talking about your two sons. Well, that's kind heart. That's loving. And that's also, I can understand the question. All right. The other on the left, in thy kingdom. So you're talking about the kingdom not there yet? Well, you're talking about the kingdom of heaven? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right. So what does Jesus say? I want to look at this verse 22. You got my attention. Jesus answered and said, but Jesus answered and said, ye know not what ye ask. Well, all I ask is that my two sons get into heaven, and they sit, one of them sits on your right hand, one on the left hand. They're working for you now. They're apostles. Well, you lack knowledge. Okay, you know not what ye ask. Let me ask you something. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of? Let's see. Yeah, I did that this morning actually. And when you're with Cyber Church of Christ, and it should be if you're in Church of Christ, you should have communion on the first day of the week, and you're going to partake of the bread representing Jesus' body. He lived here on planet Earth, and then the blood poured forth on planet Earth after his death. The sacrifice was made. Greatest event in the history of the world is that blood spilling on the planet. And now I'm going to drink of that cup. I'm going to take. We use grape juice, but it's fruit of the vine. We'll take fruit of the vine and drink of the cup that Jesus drank of. All right. And okay, so I like that. And then there's a comma, and you said what now? And to be baptized with the baptized. Excuse me. Let me read that again. And to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. Let's see. I went into a watery grave of baptism. Actually, I did a hear, believe. This is called calling on the name of the Lord. Hear, believe, repent, confess. Then I got baptized. And Jesus got baptized by his cousin there. So you're talking about me being baptized? Yeah. So I did. I got baptized like you got baptized, and I'm drinking of the cup that was. And hey, by the way, this cup is its own topic, in case you're wondering. You can find out what what the cup is. It's actually the assignment. I'll give you a hint. Assignment that Jesus had while he was here on planet Earth. It's called the cup. And you can take this cup away if you want to let me stay here longer. That comes up later, not today's topic. But I'm showing you that every topic has other topics embedded in it. That's why you want a Bible teacher. So, yes, are you able to drink of the cup? Yep, did that. Are you baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with? And my answer to that is yes. And so here's their answer. They say unto him, we are able. Who is they? Well, it's the two sons. Well, yeah, we can drink of the cup that you drink of, and we can be baptized like you got baptized. Okay. Now, let's finish what he's saying. Since you answered that, we got a conversation going. Verse 23, Matthew 20:23. And he said unto them, so we've already established our pronouns. Jesus is the he, them is the two sons. Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with. Okay, so he asked the rhetorical question, and they said yes. Yeah, we can drink of that cup and we can be baptized. Huh. But to set on my right hand and on my left, which is what the question was, right? Hey, you sit on the right and you sit on the left, is not mine to give. Well, I thought that, okay, I'm back on my real estate thinking again. There's a place there for me to live in heaven. And you're saying that you're not the guy giving it, it's the Father? Yeah. Yeah, so you're telling me you asked about the word grant, didn't you, up here in verse 21? You're talking about grant. You know where to put them? Yeah. And now you're saying, hey, I'm not the one that says that. It's not mine to give. So not only you can't sit on the left because our Father's there, but I can't even tell you it's not mine to give where who someone sits. Well, then who is? Not here. But it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. Oh. Yeah, you sit where the Father says you sit. So you're asking the wrong guy. And actually have errors in your question. And we find that all through the Bible. Someone will have an assumption. Well, the assumption is what? I can pick my spot in heaven. That's what mom thought. Well, no. And actually, I'm telling you where to put them. Well, actually, I'm not the guy that puts them there. Oh, when we study Revelation, we found out Jesus actually gathers us all under his wings and presents us to the Father. Oh, then I'll know where I'm going to live. Yes. So all this all ties together. But our high priest, Jesus, is what? Preparing our heavenly habitat. Okay, well, I got to look at that. Our priest is preparing our. Okay, so where my spirit's going to go in the hereafter? Let's say I get judged and I get accounted worthy. That's another topic you need to study. And then he says, yeah, I found your name here in the book of life, and here's the book of works. We're opening it up. I'm going to present you to the Father. Okay. And you know what you're going to have? You're going to have a place to live. Your spirit will be a heavenly habitat. Oh, hell, it'll be like a castle and a rose. No, it's not like anything on earth. This is not a real estate thing. And your home not any different. I don't even know what your home looks like. I don't know what mine looks like. Because it's so fabulous, you can't even imagine the place you're going to live. You're just living right now as a spirit in your human body. You already know it's going to die. Well, now he's telling you not only you're not going to die, I'm going to give you a permanent place to live. And you know where it is? With our Father. Glory's where it's going to be. All right, let's look at John 14, it's all red letter, verses 2 and 3. Red letter to us means that we're quoting Jesus while he was alive on planet Earth. In my Father's house. I thought that was your your kingdom and your house. No, this is the Father's kingdom where the Father lives. And you know the angels have a habitat? Did you know that part? Study angels with us. They're living up there. Oh, yeah. Father designated them a place to live. They're living there. In the where? In the Father's house. My Father's house are many mansions. Why? You told me it's not real estate. Right, but I got to explain to you something in human terms because you're a human. Do you know what a shanty is? A shack, a lean-to? Yeah. Like one of the worst places you can live? Yeah. Do you know what a mansion is? Yeah, it's where old rich people live. Okay, well, I'm just going to use the word mansion because it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be better than how you live now. And I have to put it in human terms. So, no, there's no mansion there with a fireplace, none of that. My Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Okay, well, but you just said that there's a place prepared. You said of my Father prepared of my Father. Yeah, and you know what got prepared of my Father? The planet Earth. And you know who did it? Jesus actually built. Yeah, he's the builder of the creation. It's another topic you can learn. And it was prepared for by our Father because why? Jesus followed the instruction. Oh, okay. So you mean our Father's going to designate me a place to live, and then Jesus is going to build it, and that's where I'm living. Well, yeah, that's what happened here. Jesus, Father prepared a place for me to live here on planet Earth, had Jesus build it, and says, all right, I'm going to put that spirit in there. It's going to require what? Air, water, everything I need to have a human live. Yeah. All right, same thing up there. The Father says, okay, he just got saved. You're going to prepare a place for him. You know, when I say him, I'm talking about him or her. There's no gender in heaven. So you're going to prepare it. Yeah. But you have up here, you said, prepare of my Father. Right. He told me what to build on planet Earth, and you're going to tell me what to build in heaven. Well, who's he building it for? Right here, prepare a place for you. I want to have my own place. Yeah. Oh. And it's in my Father's house. Yep. And that's where the angels live. Yep. And Jesus lives. Yeah. And on the right, I'm going to be on the right. No, you're not going to be on the right hand or left hand of Jesus. No such thing. Remember, he said, you don't know what you're asking. You don't know what you ask. It doesn't work that way. Here's how it works. Father says, hey, here's what heaven's going to be like. Go prepare the place. And then when brethren, and he or she does no longer have a gender, you're going to have what? An incorruptible body. I already found that earlier in the sermon. And then I'm going to have a place that's just prepared for me. Wow. Now, do you know how exciting that is? Well, now, if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. Okay, so you're talking about like a welcome? Yeah. So like when my neighbor moved in next door and I went over with a plate of cookies or whatever and said, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. Yeah, you're going to be welcomed in by Jesus, you're judged. Oh, he's going to receive you unto himself. And then what? That where I am, there ye may be also. I'm going to live where Jesus lives. I mean, we're not even close. Jesus didn't sin or anything. And here I am, a sinner, on a daily basis and getting forgiveness of sin, trying not to sin. Yeah. And I'm going to be living in the same place he's going to be living. That's right. You're going to be living with him. So I'm going to have an incorruptible body like Jesus has. I'm going to live in a human term, a mansion. I'm going to have a place specially prepared for me. And I'm going to be with Jesus and the angels. Yeah. Yeah, I'm preparing a place for you. Okay. You know what I'm going to do on planet Earth? I'm going to do all I can to keep that place. You're preparing me a place. Well, then why don't I prepare myself to live there? That's what we do as a Christian life. We're actually preparing our spirits to live in a different place. Where is that place? Come study with us. There's something other than heaven that you don't want to live. All right. So let's summarize this thing. Summary is if there's if underlined, one of the brethren, when we study with him, he'll always bring up this if. Oh, what do you mean if or might? Well, good. It ain't a guarantee. That ain't a done deal till it's a done deal. That's fine. If we shall be saved after judgment, well, you already know something there, so you're not judged as soon as you die. No, this whole thing, what we have, like 10 topics in today's topic. If we will be saved after judgment, we have a permanent habitat. Yes, a permanent habitat. Where? Prepared for us. I just proved it. He's already preparing a place for me. And remember, we had we all through there? Well, that's where the us comes in. We have a permanent habitat in heaven's glory. So I'm going to be living with angels, with Jesus, and the environment is called glory. And I'm not going to die because I'm in an incorruptible body. It doesn't get better than this. Oh. So we have a place in heaven. Yeah. That's today's topic. Got a place. We know who designated the place? Our Father. Do you know who's building the thing? Our high priest. And then I'm going to live there. Yep. With our Father and with his Son, with Jesus and the angels. And then you can't even be corrupted. It won't be aging. You won't be sinning. Just temporary here on planet Earth. Do what you can to be saved in the end. You know what? That's the whole purpose of Cyber Church of Christ. We just want to be saved from the fire, and we want others to be saved from it. It's actually our job. Our job is to get you this house, this mansion that's being built for you. Yeah, do you want to live there? Well, then act like it. That's what we have to do. There's a place designated for me in heaven. I'm going to be living in glory. What I need to do is maintain my spiritual being here in the thing called faith. And then I'm going to what? Be judged in the end, take on an incorruptible body, and have a place in heaven to live. It doesn't get better than that. This would be like the best sermon you could have. Okay, saying you're going to be saved in the end. All right. Anyway, hope you want to study with us. Look at all the topics we covered today. We'll study any of those topics. You bring your topic, bring your question. We love studying Bible, and we learn things like you learned today. Anyway, I hope you got something out of today's lessons. These are all on YouTube, and then we encourage you to go through the topics and learn something on YouTube and contact us. We're the Cyber Church of Christ. You can always contact us here by email. And we have a one-on-one study, or you can study with a group, and you pick the topic. We'll study any topic you want to study at any time. All right, I hope you have a great day. We're the Cyber Church of Christ.